Is now gubernatorial candidate Tim James back in with us. Tim, welcome and thanks for being here with me.
JT, good morning to you.
Well, I like you, and I like what you stand for, and I think you're bringing good messages. The only problem I see for you is Kay Ivey. She is one of the most liked governors we've had ever in the state, and certainly ranks very well when you compare her to other governors around the state. I think she's top 5. So when you've got somebody like Kay Ivey in office like that, and I want to talk about what you stand for, first of all, in just a second. But first of all, I want to get to this issue of how you approach a campaign when it comes to somebody that's got such good approval ratings in a race like this.
Well, JT, first, Governor Ivey is a friend of my family for 40 years. My dad gave her her first job in his cabinet in his first administration. So this is one of those races that gives me no joy, in a way, to running against someone that I know and I like personally. But the problem is this is not about me, nor is it about the governor. This is about a season that we're in, and we all know things are out of place, out of sorts, and we've got to take back this nation. And even this state is been badly led. You know, it's the structure, Montgomery, that controls this state, I think, has overwhelmed this administration and has manifested in a mishandling of this entire COVID thing, forcing children to wear masks. There are children in kindergarten, first and second grade that have never been to school without masks, and they're forcing it against their parents' will. So if you polled me, I would poll that I like this governor as well. But this is not about that. This is about leadership at a time when the nation and even the state is badly in need of it.
Well, let's talk about where you stand on this mandate and everything that's happened because of this pandemic. We saw Glenn Youngkin up in Virginia win, and he ran based on the fact that he wanted parents to have the right to discuss at least what's being taught to their kids with curriculum and critical race theory and all of that. And parents, for what seems to be a pretty predominant Northern Virginia Democrat, the rest of that state pretty, red, they voted him in and said, you're right. The parents ought to have something to say about what goes on with their kids, whether it's in curriculum or whether it's wearing a mask. I agree 100% with that. Are we at the point now in this state that is a big concern, enough concern for parents? Because I've got granddaughters, 5 and 3-year-olds, that are, you're right, wearing masks when they go to school. And it's like, what is going on? My 5-year-old just got through COVID. She was a sinus infection, headache kind of situation. Nothing major. She came through it fine. But yet, the parents seem to be left off to the sidelines when it comes to what's going on with our kids.
JT, the mask forced, this is forced masking of children against their parents' will. It's happening all across this state. And this is the evidence now that is overwhelming. Children that have sitting in class, little ones, 7-8 hours a day wearing a mask, are now showing terrible signs of falling behind in their studies and their education. And here's why. Especially the little ones, they learn from sound. So if you put a muzzle over their mouth, they can't hear the sounds of letters. They can't hear. They learn to speak by hearing others. And when it's muzzled, they don't learn. That's what phonics is. Phonics is learning to read by sound. And now we've got 2 years of hindrance in that due to this forced masking. The second thing is we're now seeing that these children are having terrible issues emotionally. And the reason they're having it is because they know in their spirit that these masks are not right. Something is wrong. It's putting this fear on them. In fact, we know this, a child is constantly grabbing at the mask that their parents are wearing, trying to just pull it down. They're not playing. They're trying to pull the mask down there so they can see their mom's face, because that gives them reassurance. Now, this is what's been going on in the state of Alabama, and this is what this governor has allowed. Had I been governor a year ago, I would have used my executive powers and I would have shut it down dead in its tracks and let parents make this decision. So this is not a time to play. This is a serious season that we're in, and if we do not take control with the help of God, we're going to wake up in a short period of time, and it will take generations to turn this thing around.
All right, you're also going to be on the State House steps, I guess, today about 11:30, along with some other folks, parents and students from across the state when it comes to school choice. The expectations on that get-together this morning.
Well, no, I can't go. We've had a bit of a change of plans.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to be there.
No, but I will say this on the school choice question. I do support school choice at large. There's components in this piece of legislation that I do not agree with. I don't want to see homeschoolers have to start doing all sort of registration. Right now, homeschool families score 35% above the national average. That's absurd. I just think you need clean school choice where a mom or a dad can snatch their child out of an underperforming school and get the voucher or a tax credit and go to another public school that may have slots, private schools that are willing to accept it. And I don't want to put a bunch of regulations on other entities that are performing and start treating like the public schools that are not performing. And so this legislation is good, but it looks like they put some poison pills in it, and they're trying to tank it. So whether they get this done or not during this legislative session when I'm governor, we will undertake it, and we'll do it correctly. And if it does pass and it's not right, then it should be fixed or tweaked in some of these areas that I think is off base.
All right, very good. Tim James, gubernatorial candidate, thank you so much, and we will have you back, sir. We appreciate you.